Welcome back to another weekly Forex review and analysis. As usual, we're going to be looking at what we discussed last week to see how the pairs played out. So last week I mentioned that on NZDUSD I was expecting price to come back to this zone, then I will sell if I have my setup. So this is what happened. Price actually came back to the zone. As you can see here, price put back into the zone, then it gave me an entry that led to about 1-to-6 risk to reward ratio trade. So this was where it took out the high I was expecting to be broken, and on the 1 minute time frame I got my entry. Right, so price at this point price was already in the zone here, as you can see. Then price created equal highs here, dropped a bit, took it out with just this spin and dropped to change character. Right, so I was waiting for it to come back, for price to come back into this level for me to get an entry. And as price dropped, price consolidated for a while here and came back into the zone that gave the entry. Right, so if you took this trade and your stop loss was here, this would be a 1-to-9 risk to reward ratio. But if you extend your stop loss above this high, which I did, that would be 1-to-6. Right, so let me take us here so that we can see that clearly. So look at what we have here. So this was the zone I was expecting price to come in. So price came into the zone but didn't give me any setup here until price came here, gave this high, drop, gave another high, giving this equal high. And when price dropped from that point, what happened here? Price came with this wick to take out these equal highs and drop immediately, giving a market structure shift. Right, so I was waiting for price to come back into this last candle, which is our order block, for me to take my entry. And as you can see, price came back into it, and that was it. So with the stop loss above here, this is 6.1, but if you will reduce the stop loss just to the high of the candle, so this will give over 8 points, that is 1-to-8. So that was that on NZDUSD. Right, so I also mentioned that on EURUSD I was expecting price to come back into this zone. Then if I see my sell setup, then I sell. But this is what happened. Price came back into the zone but didn't give me excuse me, but didn't give me any entry or setup for a sell. And that was how price broke above it, came back to this zone and sold massively from there. Then I also mentioned that I was looking at AUD/NZD, that if price dropped to this level, this zone, I was going to look for buy setup. But throughout the week, NZDUSD consolidated and could not drop to this zone, so there was no entry on AUD/NZD. I also mentioned that I was looking at EURUCHF on the 1 hour time frame. I was expecting price to come to this order block, therefore me to look for sell setup. Price actually got to that order block, then price dropped. If you check the free Telegram group, if you check my Telegram group, you saw that I posted a setup on EURUCHF. Right, so it was from this analysis. Then I also looked at GBPUSD, where I was expecting that price would pull back. If price pulled back into the zone, taking out this side, then I'll look for sell setup. So price actually got there, drop and went back to cut the high, but it didn't give any setup here. So there was no entry and there was no setup on GBPUSD. Then looking at USD CHF, as I mentioned last week, I was expecting that if price will pull back to this other block, this zone, I was going to look for buy entry. So this is what happened. Price came into the zone here, took it out and tapped and the zone below it, then bought massively to the upside. So those were the pairs we looked at last week. So let's go back to what we have for next week. Right, so looking at the 1 hour time frame, I will be looking at Euro AUD. On Euro AUD, price has dropped from this high, created this low, pulled back and broke structure here. So price has actually retraced back to this zone, right? But it did not give me any entry. So hopefully price may pull back again to take out this high. Then if price will do that, then I'm going to look for a sell setup to sell Euro AUD from this zone, right? The next pair I'm looking at is GBPUSD. On GBPUSD, you can see that price broke structure here and left this zone. So if this low will not be taken out when market opened on Monday, then if price pulled back to this zone, I will look for sell from this other block on the GBPUSD 1 hour time frame. Then I'm also going to be looking at NZDCHF. NZDCHF has broken structure here. Price has also pulled back to the other block, right? So when market opens on Monday, I'm going to look for a buy setup here. If I don't see my setup, I'm not going to take any entry. And finally, I'm also going to be looking at AUDUSD. So AUDUSD, we have a breakout structure here and price started dropping back to these zones. So anywhere in this or this, I will look for buy setup. If price drop to this level, I will look for buy setup on AUDUSD. Right, so those are the pairs I'll be watching. But once the market starts on Monday, I'll also be looking for more setup, and when I see, I'm going to post to the Telegram group. The link to my Telegram group is on the description of this video below. If you find my video valuable and educative, I would like you to subscribe to my channel. Click on the notification bell to be notified anytime I upload a new video. You can share my video, you can comment and also like. I wish us all a good weekend and a profitable next week.